KPRC Local 2. This is Beyond the Headlines. You're watching Beyond the Headlines.
Michelle Obama has been talking to families around the nation about being more fit and healthy. She's encouraging everyone to eat better and move. Last week, the First Lady led a jumping jack challenge to help spread the word.
Keep it up!
You look pretty excited being the jumper-in-chief out there.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Anything, you know, my motto is anything I can get to do to get kids and families enthusiastic about movement and nutrition, I will do. I have no shame when it comes to exercise.
Now, are jumping jacks your exercise of choice?
You know, I do everything. I mean, jumping jacks, squats, lunges, you know, jump lunges, you name it. I have a trainer who's a little crazy, so we do a little bit of everything, a little boxing. So we mix it up because, as you know, if you get bored with it, you don't stick to it. So we mix it up.
Does the president have to worry about the boxing part?
You know, sometimes when he sees me punching, he kind of thinks, I hope I don't make her too mad. No,
Wow,
of course not.
Of course not. Well, since you launched Let's Move, what effects have you seen? What's been happening since you launched this initiative?
Well, one of the things that I'm most proud about is seeing so many different sectors coming together on this issue. I mean, what we know in our country is that we do care about our kids. Parents care about their kids. We want our kids to be healthy, and everyone has stepped up.
We just had a story about in Denmark. They're planning on instituting like a quote fat tax. You know, foods that are either high in sugar, high in fat. So, do you think something like that's needed here?
Yeah, I think folks need information. You know, knowledge is power, and you know we're lacking that. I mean, people eat what they eat because they think it's okay. They don't need government telling them what to do. They just need good information and access.
What about people say, oh, I don't have the time, my family doesn't have the time. You guys, look, you got a campaign coming up, you got to hit the trail. How do you work those things in when you're traveling like that?
You know, it's prioritization. I mean, I work out as much as I can when I can, because when you're on the road, you can't always count on it. But the thing that I tell families is that you don't have to make whole-scale changes. Little changes, putting more water into your kid's diet, eliminating sugar and sugary drinks, putting more fruits and vegetables on. Exercise is jumping out in the lawn. I mean, I got to work out with those hugs with those kids.
When the First Lady launched this initiative in February of 2010, she said this: the physical and emotional health of an entire generation and the economic health and security of our nation is at stake. Sounds kind of like a revolution, and that's something that my next guest has been talking about. Samir Becic is the president and CEO of Resnick Fitness and the founder of his very own fitness revolution, and joins me today. I know you are very passionate, Samir, about health and fitness, but really because you think it should start at the top, that everybody should be talking about us being more fit and healthy, because it has to do with, as the First Lady even said, the security of our nation.
I definitely agree with that, and one of my statements were always, China is right now the fittest nation in the world, and economic growth is really enormous, and America is right now one of the fattest nations in the world, with 31% people being obese, and we have financial difficulties right now. And I always say America, #1 nation in the world when it's come to military, financial power, democracy. We should also be leaders in health and fitness, and that will definitely help us.
Well, and we do know that health and fitness, or obesity and illnesses that are caused by obesity, cost the nation billions and billions of dollars. And so we do have to take almost a revolutionary approach to conquering that problem.
I agree. I definitely agree with that, Kim. I started Health and Fitness Revolution by Samir Becic. It's a movement that is trying to implement a healthy lifestyle to American society. We're starting here in Houston, and we're starting the big projects with Lakewood Church, 10,000 pounds weight loss project. Then we're starting also supporting Chuck Norris's Kickstart Kids program, and we're supporting also Health and Fitness Sport magazine that is trying to implement health and fitness habits to Houston community for the past 20 years.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and talk more about this health and fitness revolution and give you some more things that you should know. We'll be right back.
This could be the first generation of children in the United States that lives less than its parents.
I got 2 pills I take for my diabetes, then I got 1 for cholesterol, high blood pressure, and then I take Byetta, which is an injectable.
I'm getting really shaky, and I'm sick, and I'm fatigued, and that's when they diagnosed me with hypertension and diabetes.
Obesity, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure cost this country more than $120 billion each year.
People are saying, you're crazy. You're a cancer patient. You should be resting. Doctors told me this. When I had the second heart attack, the doctor said I should prepare for death.
Heart disease is an absolutely toothless paper tiger that need never ever exist.
People who were raised in Japan, the Philippines, Korea, China, never had heart disease, prostate cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis.
This is the atlas of cancer mortality in China.
Virtually, the Western diet was non-existent. They had no animal products. They had no dairy, no meat.
We learned that we could turn on and turn off cancer growth just by adjusting the level of intake of that protein.
I knew at that point what caused most diseases.
Our national authorities are simply excluding this concept in order to protect the status quo.
With the Western diet, there are going to be 500,000 people in this country this year who will have to have the front half of their body divided, their heart exposed. Some people would call that extreme.
I know of nothing else in medicine that can come close to what a plant-based diet can do.
If you go through life thinking that what happens to you from a health perspective is based on your genes, you're a helpless victim.
I reversed the diabetes. The diabetes is not coming back.
I just can't understand what it's done to change my life.
Diet is so much more important than anybody ever thought.
To me, the answer is so simple, it's criminal. And it's just people starting to take responsibility for their health and starting to eat more plant-based foods. It's that simple.
Forks Over Knives is a documentary that when I saw it was just really very powerful. So we know that food is a huge piece to how healthy we are, but the other part is we have to get moving. We have to be more fit.
Of course, physical fitness is one of the main components to the healthy lifestyle, including also nutrition as well. I read an article about Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple, who just died a couple of days ago, that he said one of the 2-3 main things that helped him to be successful is taking illegal drugs. And I was like, it was very interesting for me to hear that, because while you're working out, your body produces the humanly strongest possible drugs, meaning natural drugs. While you're working out, your endorphins, your serotonin are increasing, so you feel unbelievable. So people actually working out and eating proper, it's like taking drugs every single day. You feel great.
So let me just be clear that we're not suggesting that people take drugs,
No,
but we are saying that the adrenaline rush, that you can get that from exercise because it produces something in your body. So I want to make sure that I clear that up before anybody calls.
I'm sorry to say that, but one of the reasons why I mentioned that is exercise is much easier to do than illegal drugs. You're not going to go to prison. And we're creating society of healthy children, more productive children, instead of society of prisoners and drug abusers.
So this health and fitness revolution, tell me why you call it a revolution. Is it because it's something that needs to be jolted and really needs to be jump-started?
Yes, because we don't have a time for evolution. We don't have a time for Charles Darwin right now. We have a time right now for the drastic steps to conquer obesity. Now, how can we do that? By introducing health and fitness back to general population, by making it more fun. We have numerous of organizations actually trying to help people in their health and fitness needs, and we just need to encourage them.
I know one of the things that you and I have talked about is you think everybody should be involved. Politicians, heads of companies, school teachers, the people who are the leaders in our community should be out front taking this charge and saying we've got to live a healthier lifestyle because it's going to be better for us individually and as a nation.
I agree. Parents are the most responsible for their children to have a healthy lifestyle, but who's going to teach parents? We need teachers to be involved more in that. TV people, politicians, of course politicians, CEOs of the companies, every aspect of society should be involved in health and fitness. And right now, we are the fattest nation in the world, but by 2015 we can be the fittest nation in the world. And if any country can do that, America can do it.
And before we go, I've got to ask you, tell me a little bit about the Lakewood Challenge.
Lakewood Challenge, everybody's talking about that. That's a 10,000-pound challenge that is started by Lakewood, Joel Osteen Men's Ministry, and it's in progress right now. I cannot give you more information than just that.
But they are taking the charge to kind of get something started within their congregation.
Exactly, and that's a huge congregation, like you already know, and Lakewood Church is one of the biggest churches in America, so that will be a huge help for Health and Fitness Revolution. Tremendous help.
So Health and Fitness Resolution, we'll have more information about that on our website. So thank you, as always, for sharing with us. Check out the documentary Forks and Knives if you get a chance to. And also, you know, do something. Get out and move, walk, move with somebody, encourage somebody else to move. I'd like to thank Samir.
Sunday's a great day to start.
Sunday's a great day. If you're not watching, when you finish watching the football game, you can kind of move around. So thank you, Samir and Julie, for joining me this morning. And of course, all of you for tuning in. If you'd like to check out some of the previous shows or get information on today's show, log on to Click to Houston. And if there's something you'd like for me to check out, let me hear from you. You can reach me at kdavis@click2houston.com. That's kdavis@click2houston.com. You can also check out my Facebook page or follow me on Twitter. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Sunday on Beyond the Headlines.